There's many people that need home care. Someone who's been through a traumatic experience, a brain injury, a learning disability, an older person, a younger person who's been born with a neurological condition.
There's a wide range of individuals who find themselves in a situation of vulnerability. That can be a mental health vulnerability, it could be a physiological vulnerability or due to an illness, or a social vulnerability, such as getting out and accessing the community.
It's not always obvious that someone is vulnerable.
My name's Leo Phillips. My relationship to SweetTree is I had a really bad car accident about 5 years ago. I lost a lot of my life skills when I had this injury. Imagine, you're a fully functioning adult, living your life, etc. And then you go back to being like a 5-year-old.
Home care is also required by those around an individual receiving care.
So often we get calls at SweetTree from family members that don't know where to turn because either mum, dad, or a loved one close to them is just slightly becoming forgetful. And that forgetfulness might put them at risk. Often we'll get a call from professionals who have been discharged with the duty to look after somebody who has had a terrible accident. And that's an incredibly distressing time to find the right support to give that person purpose and independence again.
The current situation in care is quite dire in the main, and I feel terrible saying that.
A lot of care agencies provide support for 15 minutes, an hour to clients.
Most care in the world today is functional. It is about assisting with washing, bathing, dressing.
Real care actually looks at that individual. It looks at empowering that individual, giving them independence to achieve their own tasks where possible. Task-based care doesn't go anywhere.
You can't just go into someone's house and, provide 15 minutes of care, 15 minutes to cook or clean or to help someone get up in the morning, 15 minutes. That's nothing. That's not a real connection.
My mother had cancer. We had a carer named Margie who looked after her. Margie had a wonderful understanding of what my mother was going through, of her needs and of her vulnerability at that time in her life. Together, Margie and my mother worked towards a life plan to ensure that the time that my mother had left was productive and made a difference and made a positive impact on her whole life. She didn't change the outcome, nothing could change the outcome, but she changed the journey towards that outcome.
But true care, that's looking at the individual with empathy and understanding who they are.
Being able to connect with not just our clients, but with the family as well.
I couldn't live by myself anymore because I lost all the independent skills like cooking, cleaning, waking up on time, washing, etc., etc. So I needed a lot of extra help that my mum couldn't always give me at the time because she had to work full time and look after my grandma who's got dementia. I had lots of different appointments with medical doctors like psychiatrists, psychologists, and they said I would really benefit from having like something like SweetTree, like a brain injury kind of support group, help me with my everyday stuff. I think my case manager, then I think she looked for a local brain injury kind of support group, and that's how I was introduced to SweetTree, and they've been on board ever since that.
Sometimes the vulnerability will force us to be quite creative in the care we provide, and that's wonderful. That's when we can really deliver something out of the box and make a big difference. When SweetTree started its learning disabilities service in 2006, we realized quite early on that there was very little activity in the community to support those with learning disabilities. In North London, we took a 15-acre site, created a care farm where people could learn to live more independently. It was completely out of the box, but the results have been incredible. and the lives that have been changed. So first we recruit the right people.
My name is Kevin Campbell, and I'm a brain injury support worker.
My name is Roger Paul Aram, which is an Armenian name. In a few weeks I'll be 79.
My name is Mayra Fazolato, and I'm a support worker for SweetTree, and I'm from Italy.
My role as a brain injury support worker is to motivate clients, encourage clients to do things, and it depends on their level.
The reason why SweetTree contacted me to support Roger was because his wife needed support for Roger when she was out doing running errands or going out for lunch with friends.
We like to make sure that our support workers have got at least 3 months experience, having worked with brain injury clients or learning disability clients.
We have to recruit people who have a passion for what they're doing.
We're looking for a specific person to go in and support our clients and make sure that we're matching that personality, that experience.
Once we find that right person, we then work with them to make sure they have that knowledge that makes them a successful carer. We've created our own in-house training academy.
It's been running for over 20 years now and has grown so much since its inception. We have a very high bar to get in. The people that come in often come to us because they want to be part of our award-winning training academy.
So we look at the needs of a client's cognitive need, medication needs, moving and handling needs, emotional needs, having understood the client, having met the family, having done an assessment. We then put together a very specific, very detailed plan and training for our teams to then come together and understand how to best support that person.
Kevin, really nice guy, very empathetic, very encouraging, which is really good for me. Probably the most important thing for me now is to get my confidence back.
It's always good to first get to know your client, to see what level of support they require. And like, for example, in your case, I noticed that when we've met, motivation was one of the difficulties.
So I believe that going for a walk and see other people and talking to other people in the community, it's important both because of his physical health, because it doesn't seem to go around, walk throughout the days otherwise. But also it's important for his mental health as well, because he gets fresh air and talk to people, and they seem to enjoy meeting him.
Yes, sometimes I think I'm independent and sometimes in the wrong way. I don't sort of relate to people quite as I should. I'm a bit of a loner in that regard, but I haven't had it so often recently, I must say. Thanks, I'm sure, to people like you looking after me.
And I know for me, getting to the next stage of my recovery is doing all the things that I'm fearful of, like going out, being in social settings, being around other people, making decisions. He's always up for doing something new, which is always nice. He puts forward plans as well.
He likes the National History Museum.
I like going to museums. I'm very interested in history. I've always been keen on gardening. I've got a really nice garden, and it's something that I've seen things grow into other, like, you know, into bigger plants is something that always makes me happy.
You have an experienced support manager who comes with a range of knowledge working in that sector. You have a assistant support manager who is looking at the quality and checking to make sure that our staff are achieving what the manager has set them to do. We have coordinators who are matching our staff correctly to our clients.
And that entire team is there to ensure that the very best and most highly skilled support is provided to that person, no matter what happens.
I've met several members of the whole SweetTree organization, and they always check in on me. They send me emails all the time. They remember my birthday, which is so cute. I've got a bit of my insight back. So I'm a lot more engaged now than I was before.
So there's that great improvement. You turn into a new person.
So I'm very, very grateful for the outcome I've had. Kevin definitely brought the smile back into my life.
If you have a good business, then good care follows simply because you're reinvesting in the quality of support. You don't get waylaid by ineffective processes or governance.
SweetTree is not for everyone. It's high quality, and so that's what you're paying for.
I think one of the key takeaways to this is that we have to offer solutions that provide peace of mind, not only to the clients or the patients or the people who need care, but to those who are heavily invested in those people as well.
Care is about the development of someone who's been through a traumatic experience. It's a holistic approach to be able to make sure that they're living a full life and they're living to the fullest of their own potential.
Since day one, my telephone number as the managing director of SweetTree has been on the internet. Any client, family member, case manager, or support worker working for SweetTree can call me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
It is about trust.
When family members call SweetTree, it's because they trust SweetTree.